My guest at this time is one of the hottest independent wrestlers on the face of the planet. He is very nice. He is very evil. It's Danhausen. Danhausen, thank you for taking the time for this Halloween special we're doing here today.
Yes, well, Danhausen's very busy this time of the year usually, but with everything shut down, Danhausen had a bit of a break, if you will.
Sure. So for like Halloween, so how does Danhausen celebrate Halloween? That was the first thing I wanted to ask you.
Well, Danhausen, this year, as you may have seen, he was bought a Elvira costume. So Danhausen will be strutting around the home watching horror movies as Elvira.
Oh, well, that's very exciting, Danhausen.
It changes year from year. One year Danhausen was Spider-Man, one year Batman.
Sure.
It's nice. Yes.
Are you kind of like a Halloween Santa Claus? Like, can children like anticipate you maybe sneaking into their homes, leaving candy?
No, too evil. That man is evil.
Santa Claus is evil.
Very evil. He leaves coal.
If you've been a bad person, you get coal. Yeah.
Yes. He get us. Danhausen will not be sneaking into anybody's homes.
Oh,
he must be invited in,
I didn't know this. So, okay, it's vampire rules with Danhausen. I didn't know that.
Danhausen's not a vampire.
Are you sure? Are we positive about that?
Danhausen is a regular human just like you.
Okay.
You look exactly the same. What are you talking about?
I was just wondering. Everybody has so many questions about you, Danhausen. We didn't know what exactly is going on. Not a vampire.
Not a vampire.
Normal human being.
Yes.
Okay, got it. Well, Danhausen, it's a very exciting time for you. You have your shirts going into Hot Topic.
Yes.
As an independent wrestler, that's a big deal. Usually you have to be some kind of signed talent to get this kind of exposure. How did you get your shirts into Hot Topic?
As you know, Danhausen is the biggest deal. Number one. Danhausen is number one wrestler around the universe.
Correct.
And yes, so Danhausen opened his, he pulled up his phone, his internet phone right here.
Got it.
And it said, Hot Topic. And Danhausen said, what is this? What is this business? And so he opened this email, and this email said, Hot Topic would like Danhausen to be featured for the holiday seasons of some sort.
Sure.
And Danhausen said, yes, absolutely. And then Danhausen hunted down a special artist, hired him. Spooky King is what his name was on Instagram.
Okay.
And he said, hey, how fast can you get this T-shirt for Danhausen? Because it needs to be now.
Okay.
And he said he could do it very close. So we got it. We got it very fast.
So was this something that Pro Wrestling Tees helped you put together? I know that you sell your shirts there, and they've helped other people like the Young Bucks and things get there.
Yes, the owner man, he says he's the one who emailed Danhausen.
Oh, okay. So Brian Barkin, the owner of Pro Wrestling.
He did it. He said, I would like to get Danhausen some help. And then Danhausen said, absolutely.
Sure. Well, that's very exciting. I don't know. Were you a child of Hot Topic? Were you a child?
Yes, Danhausen was wee tall. Danhausen used to go to Hot Topic at the mall, but now Danhausen will have to go back to the Hot Topic at the mall more frequently to try to find this T-shirt, because Danhausen has been told it might be popping up in about 30 random stores.
Oh, so it's available. So you can go to a store right now and get one?
Not right now.
Okay.
I believe possibly next month, November.
Okay, so November. So just after Halloween. How unfortunate,
it is what it is, though. Danhausen will take it.
What does it mean to you to have so many fans, children want to dress up like Danhausen? I feel like I've seen a lot of costumes this year with people trying to be you for Halloween.
Well, that's why Danhausen released a mask. So now you can either buy the mask. Right here. See? Look at that.
Wow, that's a real. By the way, can you show that box again? Like, I'm very impressed with the packaging.
See this. Get a little Danhausen there.
Wow.
Wait, there we go.
Yeah, it's awesome.
So there's been selling masks of Danhausen, so you can be Danhausen for Halloween, but also you could paint your face like Danhausen's skin if you'd like.
Yeah.
So people have been doing that as well. It means the world to Danhausen, because this means Danhausen is taking over the world.
Well, you are taking back to the Hot Topic thing here real fast. One of the Hot Topic's best sellers from the pro wrestling space has been the Young Bucks. They were like the first group, them and the Elite Bullet Club, to get into Hot Topic. I noticed recently that the Young Bucks had a comment about you on social media where they were like, we don't understand Danhausen, but the fans really love him, so he has a place in independent wrestling. What was your reaction to seeing the Young Bucks kind of make you the center focus here of this debate.
Was
about
this from Chicago C2E2?
Yeah, I believe this was, yes.
Yes. This was the one where Corey said something nice about Danhausen, then the Young Bucks said something nice about Danhausen. It just solidified that Danhausen is taking over.
Okay, yes, fair enough.
There was a spot left when they left, and Danhausen has filled it.
So you think that you Effie, the others that have come along recently, the big breakouts, you are the ones that are filling the void that the Elite have left in independent wrestling. Is that what you're trying to say?
Why not? The space was there.
Yeah.
Someone has to do it.
Yeah. Well, but that's the thing is, that you filled that space, but there still seems to be connections between you all and AEW. You had Warhorse, he fought for the TNT championship and everything. What about you, Danhausen? A lot of fans want to know, when are we going to see Danhausen Cody for that TNT title?
We don't know. Maybe he's ducking Danhausen.
Do you think that's the case? You think
Danhausen must have scared Anderson,
Is that, I didn't know that. So have Danhausen and Arn, have you guys shared space before, or what is this?
Do you remember Danhausen told Warhorse, he gave him some advice. He called him before his big match because Danhausen had to rearrange his library, his books, so he could not be there. Sure. So Danhausen said, hey, when the match starts, you punch them right in the groin before the bell rings.
He didn't do that. He lost.
Didn't do it.
No.
This is probably why he lost, to be honest.
Yeah, what was it like for you getting to watch your tag team partner there, Warhausen tag team partner?
Quite wonderful. Danhausen was very happy for him. Danhausen believes that some people thought maybe Danhausen would be angry it wasn't he in the spot. Sure. But Danhausen could not be happier for Warhorse.
Yeah. Wow. Another interaction you had on social media recently that I thought was very cool was Matt Hardy. You guys were going back and forth a couple of weeks ago. I would think that he has to be a huge influence on you, Dan.
Hey, Danhausen loves Matthew Hardyhausen. He's definitely an influence. Danhausen grew up watching him and has watched him evolve into this superior being now. Yes, he's wonderful.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you two seem like you would be, two pigs
in friends, you would think.
Yeah, two pigs in mud, I would think, the way you guys get along. Has there been any talks between you and Matt of collaborating, doing something together, anything like that?
No, but maybe there should be.
What would you like to see between you and Matt Hardy, Danhausen?
He has a nice pool, yes?
Beautiful pool.
Well, maybe we could go swimming.
That's what you want to go swimming with Matt Hardy.
Yes. What do you want us to do? Fight?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, there's the Hardy compound has got so many different things. I feel like it would be like a playground for you.
Yeah, he's got a pool. He's probably got nice snacks. Go there, have a good time. Not go there, punch each other in the face.
Do whatever. I mean, I don't know. I mean,
maybe we'll beat up other people. Who knows?
Okay, fine. The other one I wanted to bring you ask you about was Sami Zayn, man. That one caught a lot of people off guard. How did you get on Sami Zayn's radar? Did you see that coming, that he was going to put you over like that?
Yeah, no. Danhausen just does what Danhausen feels like doing at the time. And Danhausen felt like paying tribute to the El Generico during our entrance because Effie has begun wearing an entrance mask when he comes out.
I've noticed.
Danhausen decided to wear an El Generico mask. And I think he and Sami Zayn might be great friends. Danhausen doesn't know.
Okay.
Maybe relatives. Really don't know. But Danhausen decided to wear this El Generico mask for his entrance to have a good time, maybe make the fans laugh a little. And he found it because they tagged him. Danhausen, I don't think, tagged him.
Okay. Wow. But it
was cool. Quite nice to see his response. Look at it happen.
Yeah, man. I would think that's really good for your socials when these big names like Matt Hardy and Sami Zayn come along and put you over like that.
Yes, but Danhausen doesn't expect them to take their time to do that. But if they do it, it's quite nice.
Well, one of the things I was thinking when I was looking here at Sami Zayn putting you over, it's very interesting to think about, we'll talk about Ring of Honor here in just a second, but all the other places, we've talked about AEW. If you were to go to WWE, would you be worried that they would get Danhausen? Do you think that you could exist and thrive in a space like WWE?
What do you mean get Danhausen?
I mean, do you think they would let you be Danhausen, or
you must let Danhausen be Danhausen. Otherwise, Danhausen will say, no, thank you.
So that's a deal breaker. If you're not interested, you are you. This is where you're at now. Is Danhausen? Yeah.
Danhausen will not be not Danhausen.
Wow. Okay.
What's the point then?
I don't know. A lot of people are willing to concede different things. I didn't know if you would be willing to change who you are in order to sign a big deal like with a company like WWE.
How much money we talking?
Well, that's maybe, I don't know. What if they offered you $200,000 a year. Would you be not Danhausen for that amount of money?
Give Danhausen the Brock Lesnar deal, and Danhausen will wear sunglasses and a hat or something.
Oh, okay. The Brock Lesnar deal. That's a big.
Yes, he'll work twice a year, and way he can just pretend to not be Danhausen for however many matches, once a month or whatever, and then Danhausen can just be Danhausen the rest of the year.
Sure. I mean, if that's what I'm just trying to get a feel of where you're at right now, Danhausen, what the future could look like, where your mindset is at. That's why I asked this right now.
The WWE will not change Danhausen. Danhausen would change the WWE.
So on the note of WWE too, you brought up Effie, your other Gaytanic Panic, a tag team partner there. You made a joke about how since the Iconics aren't using that name anymore, that maybe you and Effie could be the new Iconics. Was that a joke? Are you serious? What is your reasoning for bringing that up out there?
Because Effie and Danhausen are icons of some sort. So why not? They're not using it. Maybe we have to fight them for it. Danhausen does not know. Mm-hmm. But Danhausen would use the name, absolutely. But Danhausen will not just take a name from someone else.
No.
Or a tribute, because they are quite the wonderful tag team.
Okay. Well, it's very sad, the Iconics. Were you surprised that they're being forced to not be a tag team anymore?
Yes. What is the deal,
What is that? That's why I'm asking.
What entertaining?
That's why I'm
called WW Entertainment, and they were entertaining, and now they're gone.
Yeah, it's very unfortunate. I think that you and Effie could really carry that. Maybe even you could wear the same ring gear that Peyton and Billy had.
Fine. We were told we must do the taunt.
Sure, the kind of thing like that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Sure. Okay.
We'll do it. We'll do what we need.
Last kind of WWE related thing that I wanted to ask you about here. You are a cameo machine. You've got like a special going on right now for Halloween.
Yeah, Halloween deal. Up until Halloween, it's $10 off.
That's a good deal for Dan. Yeah. So with your cameo machine, Danhausen, you really got you're in that small pool of independent talent that really mastered the art of these like third-party platforms. How do you feel when you see, WWE coming in and trying to take control of these platforms? Does that make you less likely to want to go to a place like WWE when you see the way they're going to maybe try to take control of your outside endeavors?
Well, Danhausen cannot be controlled, so.
Sorry, that was my bad. I should have known the answer to that.
It's quite all right, but this probably would not work with Danhausen because he will not be tamed.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's get over to Ring of Honor here. So,
yes. Dave Honor, up yours.
So first of all, physically, mentally, how are you hanging together here during the pandemic, Danhausen?
It's quite well. Look at this. See?
That's a good hang.
Yes, hanging quite well. Danhausen's doing great.
Good. Well,
counting his sacks of money while he waits for everything to open back up.
Well, that's one of the reasons I ask is, obviously, we get to this here in just a second, Ring of Honor pulled you from the most recent TV tapings. You were at the Collective. I think you did 3 shows at the Collective, if I'm not mistaken. 5. You did 5 shows.
5 of them.
Wow, that's a lot of shows, Danhausen.
Yes.
There was quite a few positive COVID tests coming out of that weekend. What's your reaction and message to fans who are maybe concerned about what happened with the performers and the fans that weekend when it came to the pandemic?
Well, Danhausen, he tested negative twice, but to be safe, Ring of Hausen sent Danhausen home just to be safe.
Good.
And Danhausen's still negative, so here we are. But, that's the risk that comes with having to go to work.
I guess
if Danhausen was working in a grocery store, Danhausen would also have the risk.
That's true. I guess for me, I see that you get pulled from ROH TV after doing the Collective, and it wasn't just you; it was several other talents too. Yes. It was, Dan the Dad, others. But do you see, if you're a wrestler who's actively trying to get signed right now or move ahead in the business, are doing these independent shows a risk? I mean, do you think that the major promotions would prefer you, Effie, other big AJ Gray, other big name talent on the bubble to not be going out and doing these indie shows right now?
Probably so, but it is a risk, and we know the risks going into it. So it's kind of you must weigh the risk and the reward. Danhausen was quite rewarded at the Collective, so he took the risk. Unfortunately, that cost him the TV tapings this time, but Danhausen will creep his way back in.
Are you less likely now to do more independent bookings because something like this happened to you and you lost?
No.
No.
No, bingo is good.
Oh,
Yeah.
bingo. Okay, so you're less likely now to be doing these indie shows because
Yeah.
of what happened with Ring of Honor.
Well, so actually, Danhausen was already less likely to be doing indie shows because Danhausen has to, every time he leaves Canada, he comes back, he has to stay in the house for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So Danhausen picks and chooses the most at once.
Okay. I didn't know
that was the most at once. So Danhausen saved up everything to go do 5 shows at once and then come back and not do anything else.
Yeah. Well, but I guess you had it anticipated with the Ring of Honor TV tapings were shortly before the Collective, right? Or
right after.
Right out. I'm sorry. I feel like it was 3 weeks ago at this point. It was right after. So it was after the AJ Gray tested positive and things like that.
No.
That was Wednesday.
That was the week after.
Was it the week after?
Yes.
I thought that was the Wednesday after the Collective that happened and Joey got pulled. No?
No, this was the following week, Danhausen believes.
Okay, gotcha.
Yes, it was, because there was another GCW show of some sorts.
Oh, that's right. There was the show the week after the Collective. Okay, got it. Now,
but, as Danhausen said, we know the risks. The only thing we can do is try to be as safe as possible while trying to do our jobs, and that's all you can really do.
Sure.
Hope for the best, because we are not getting, Danhausen does not just get free money thrown at him, so
yeah,
go out and make money.
Yeah, I guess with a cameo thing, like I say, you're killing it over there.
That's great.
But with Ring of Honor, so what's your status now with them? Are you going to
be hired?
You're trying to get hired.
Yes.
Okay.
Tell them, Dave Honor, hire Danhausen.
Well, but they're selling your merchandise and everything. They got this blacklight poster. They got T-shirts for you and stuff in their store. Like I kind of feels like you're already in the mix over there.
You would think they would just say, hey, Danhausen, you are hired. Look at this. You've sold out 2 items. Danhausen thinks there's probably 5 posters left out of the 50.
Okay.
And yes, you would think this should be, hello, Danhausen, make us more money. But it is what it is. Danhausen is knocking at the door. Soon Danhausen is going to get an axe and knock down the door with the axe.
Sure. Well, you and Vinny Marcellia, he'd be somebody.
Nice.
You would work well with him.
Yes, he's very evil.
He's very, very evil. I don't know that he's very nice though. He's just very evil.
Very nice to Danhausen.
Oh, that's true. Okay.
Probably because we're both evil beings.
Well, but you're a very nice evil being.
Yes.
I believe it. My girlfriend, she refers to you as a trickster god, is what she thinks of you as.
Danhausen is a god, yes?
Trickster gods are like little nymphs, that play tricks and enjoy mischief, that kind of thing.
No, Danhausen will pay attention to one of the words and run with it.
Okay, got it, sure.
Danhausen is a god now.
I feel very Ghostbustery all of a sudden, What is your favorite scary movie, Danhausen?
Danhausen has a few. Alien is one.
Great movie.
American Werewolf in London.
Awesome.
And Texas Chainsaw Massacre 1 and 2.
Oh, those are brutal.
Yes. Also Army of Darkness, even Evil Dead 2. Those are quite nice.
Sure. It's my boomstick.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's also from Michigan, like Danhausen.
I didn't know that.
Yes, Bruce Campbell.
Yeah, I know Bruce Campbell with the big chin and everything.
Yes, Michigan boy.
An absolute legend.
Yes.
Well, one thing I also want to ask you about coming out of the Collective, you had a really interesting match with somebody who kind of in the same vein as you with Mordecai.
Yes.
I don't know if
very evil
Mordecai. I didn't know if you wanted to talk to everybody what it was like for you to work with Mordecai and put together that match.
Yes, well, he's as you know, possibly the brother of Undertaker and Kane.
That's true.
Who knows?
Mm-hmm.
So that's out there. That's a rumor. Danhausen, as you know, Kane is Danhausen's inspiration for his powers. So it was quite nice to put a match together with his potential brother.
Oh, yeah, it's wonderful. I would imagine you two share a certain kinship. Yes.
Yes, except he shattered Danhausen's teeth right at the beginning of the match.
Well, it's a good thing you have a tooth jar.
Yes, this is true. That's what he shattered. He shattered Danhausen's tooth jar immediately.
Yeah, well, exactly.
Which, as you know, is much like the Undertaker's urn.
Sure.
And then Danhausen was almost powerless, but he has so much power it really didn't matter.
Do you have any oddities that you've picked up recently that you're particularly proud of or anything like that?
Let's see. Not recently, but let's Danhausen grab this for you real quick.
I'm very interested. I can only imagine. By the way, I love the painting behind you of Danhausen here with the big flower wig. Just adorable. Where is Dan?
There we go.
Okay.
This is a bat.
Whoa.
Yeah, this is a bat. It was at what is it? It's a shop in Cleveland. I can't remember what it's called. Cleveland Curiosities, perhaps?
Okay.
But yes, this is a handmade bat.
A handmade bat.
Yes.
So it's not an actual bat. It's a bat made of something.
Danhausen does not know.
Doesn't
It looks cool.
It looks very cool. It looks like a mummified bat.
It might be.
Yeah.
Danhausen doesn't know it was art.
It's beautiful art, Danhausen. I'm a big fan.
Little
Well,
guy.
Danhausen, I want to thank you for taking the time. I know that you're super busy here during the Halloween season. Is there anything that you want to let the fans know to go plug, promote, follow you, anything like that?
Yes, you can follow Danhausen Twitter and Instagram at Danhausen AD. We still have a handful of these wonderful Halloween masks.
Again, the packaging on that, it looks like something I would buy at a Walmart,
Yeah, hopefully soon. But you can get those at Darklight Clothing. Let's see. Once the Hot Topic shirt is out, look out for it because Danhausen will post it everywhere. But call them, email them, who knows, go to the stores and ask for the Danhausen t-shirt. We must sell it out immediately. Show them how powerful Danhausen is.
We'll do Danhausen.
Yes, prowrestlingtees.com/Danhausen. Go buy things from Danhausen. Or cameo.com/Danhausen, as you said. Danhausen is always doing those. They're quite nice. Order a Halloween message. They're on sale right now.